I never thought I'd be here, starting over at 45, not after everything I had built, not after the years I poured into my marriage, into my job, into this life I thought was secure. But here I am. It didn't fall apart all at once. No, it was gradual, like a slow leak in a boat you didn't even know had cracks. The marriage had been unraveling for years, quietly, wordlessly. The love faded in the spaces between silence and unmet needs. He was there, but he wasn't. And so was I, drifting in my own home, strangers sharing groceries, bills and routines. Then the job. 15 years of loyalty, late nights, missed birthdays, and unspoken sacrifices. I thought that counted for something. But in a cold meeting room with a scripted HR voice and a severance package, I became a number. Just like that. And suddenly I was 45, alone, unemployed, unmoored. That night, I sat on my living room floor surrounded by moving boxes and memories I didn't ask to sort through. I asked myself a question I hadn't dared to ask in years. Who am I now? Not the wife, not the manager, not the fixer, not the woman who held it all together, just me. And the silence answered back with something I hadn't felt in a long time. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of being too old to start over. Fear that I had missed my moment. But beneath the fear there was something else. A whisper. You're not done yet. So I began. Slowly, broken, but curious. I gave myself permission to feel, to mourn what I lost, to cry without shame, to scream into my pillow and admit, finally. I was exhausted from carrying it all for so long. Then one morning, I made a list, not to do, but of desires. Travel somewhere new, learn photography, start an online business, dance again, find work that matters. Fall in love again, maybe, but only if it felt real this time. Reconnect with myself. None of it made sense. None of it promised money or certainty, but all of it made me feel alive. I took a free online class in digital marketing. I signed up for a community photography walk. I reached out to an old friend I had lost touch with. I wrote my first blog post. I posted my first video on social media. It was messy. I felt awkward, unqualified, but I kept going. One day, a woman from the photography walk asked if I could help her promote her handmade jewelry business. She loved my writing. That was my first freelance gig. It paid $150. But it felt like $1 million. Not because of the money, but because someone saw me, valued me, needed my voice. And I started to see myself too. There were still hard days, lonely nights, moments where doubt whispered, "Who are you kidding?" But then there were mornings filled with light and coffee and purpose. Evenings spent editing photos, videos, or writing pieces that made my heart beat faster. I realized that starting over doesn't mean beginning from zero. It means beginning from experience. I wasn't empty. I was full of lessons, resilience, wisdom, and grit. I started keeping a gratitude journal. Every night, I wrote down 3 things that made me smile. Some days it was just hot tea and a good book. Other days, it was a new follower on my page and channel, or a heartfelt email from a woman who said my words helped her get through the day. And then there was the trip. I had always dreamed of going to Italy, but dreams like that felt far away, unreachable. Still, I made a plan. I saved a little each month. I cut out small luxuries to fund something bigger. 2 years later, I stood on a cobbled street in Florence, gelato in hand, tears in my eyes. Not because I had made it, but because I was there, alone, fearless, and finally deeply alive. I began mentoring women like me. Women who thought they were too late, too old, too broken to dream again. And each time I said to them, "You still have time," I felt the truth of it echo in my bones. So here's what I know now. You are never too old to start over. Reinvention isn't betrayal, it's an act of self-love. Your worth is not tied to your title or relationship status. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take the next right step. You will be tested. People will question your choices. Some will drift away. But the ones who remain, they're your people. They'll walk with you as you become someone new. Somewhere along the way, I fell in love again. Not in the fairy tale butterfly way, but in the slow, steady, soul-deep kind of way. With someone who saw me, not who I used to be, but who I had become. He was kind, patient. He listened when I spoke of the past, but never tried to fix me. We built something different, not perfect, but honest. And my children, they saw me rise. They saw their mother go from broken to blooming. That is a legacy I never expected to give them. I am not who I used to be. I am more, not despite the loss, but because of it. This is my second act. Not written for others, but authored by me. And it is beautiful. Starting over at 45 didn't break me, it brought me back to me. Please comment below and let us know what your own story is. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more inspirations.